And we're live. Can you guys hear me? 1 second. Kind of don't care to do this on this thing, but well, you only have so many options when you got stuff going on. I wasn't able to go on StreamYard or whatever, so didn't even plan on coming on. But I got just a little bit. Probably gonna get off here about 8:45. So, like I said, it's gonna be brief. Uh, each part's gonna ask one question. Wondering how everybody's doing. Uh, everybody that's chill and genuine, that is, like, you think you're gonna ask something stupid or silly and I'm gonna entertain it, you just be wasting it because I'm not gonna let you ask a appropriate question after the fact you tried to ask me something stupid. Just putting that out there first and foremost, alright? But yeah, how's everybody doing? Okay, we're reconnected. Alright. Apologize for that. I've got to I had to do it again. Freaking two-factor authentication. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, jeez. How are you gonna say on a device I've never used? Like, that's bullshit. Y'all give me just a second. I'll check the chat. I can't even see it right now. Reminder for that event tomorrow. Got it. Where the hell is... This two-factor crap is kind of redundant, but I guess it's better than not having it. I don't know how many times though you have to hit save login info and it actually does it. Oh shit. Alright, let's see what we got here. Who all we got here? Is that even the real one? They always come in on channel or something I've never seen before. Hold on a second. Yeah, y'all probably be like, God dang, like, what's this problem? Like I said, y'all, I'm about to have to pop up out of here. I really shouldn't even went live. And no, I ain't doing this to fuck with nobody or trolling. But let me look at shit real quick and at least see if there's any questions. I'll answer them if they're alright and okay. And then I gotta go, y'all. What is your opinion about Dagburn sporting jumbos around Upchurch sporting that? Here's the thing. I don't know any. I've heard about that situation. The only thing I've watched so far about it is whatchamacallit, Seeper, but a little bit of Seeper's thing. But the issue with that is that he was mainly talking about the legal crap and what have you. But yeah, I've heard that be put forth. And the only reason why I'm saying I'm not, because I'm really not sure. I haven't watched the stream. I don't know what exactly stream this crap supposedly happened in. I've heard pretty much the basis of, what's got people pissed off and stuff. And I mean, it's crazy. I mean, and I say this with an asterisk because I'm not saying it's not true and I ain't saying it's true. Like, until I fucking see everything for my damn self and confirm, who said what and what they said and da 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 da. I already one time got led to believe false stuff about this dude. That's how I first started on here. And I'm not saying it's false. I just want to see the damn shit for myself, and I haven't. But in general, let's go with hypothetically everything I've heard so far is exactly 100%. Then I don't like it. I mean, I can't imagine that. Are people sure that fucking Ryan knows about it? I mean, did Ryan even be like, oh, yeah, I support Dagburn on that? because that'd be fucking crazy. I told what's his name, Gotcha Man, in chat. I was like, man, to see you basically be acting the way Johnny Goble used to act after all this time is just it's a little Twilight Zone-ish. Like I never thought I'd see this shit. And what I mean by that is Gotcha Man is Ryan. You know, I mean, of course, I'm not saying he just started that. Like, he's been making videos and criticizing. But it's like now that, you know, the Dagburn got the holler, whatever designation from Ryan and stuff. Yeah, I mean, if you can't tell, I can obviously sense and fucking make out Gotcha Man, you know, he's got some emotional charged investment into that, and I get it. Look, Dagburn went to a place, you know, and this is what I was trying to tell somebody just recently. Problem with me, man, is my challenge. I see both sides to every argument, and I see the truth as well the bullshit in everything, you know, in both sides. So my mind, and it's hard for me to decide, man. Like, you can believe what you want to believe, but according to my life path and certain karmic stuff, like, that's not just something in general. Like, it's something that's been going on for a long time with me, uh, and that's what I'm meant to be getting over and working on. Because the way that it's explained, I think I posted it or mentioned it before. But essentially, how do I say? If I don't like, if I speak from a deeper, higher thought and my higher mind, so called, as it's written, I'll go far. It says, for the esoteric meaning of all I speak will ultimately reveal my true identity as well as everybody else's. Uh, and in the present life, supposedly I'll end up getting to a point where if I do what I should do, it'll free me from the bondage of indecision and in its place give me glimpses of universal truth. I mean, like, it's hard for me to be not a hypocrite, you know, on the superficial level, from what I've read. Like, meaning, you know, I'm not in every dang thing, you know, I'm not against, like, for instance, horrible crime and at the same time for it or whatever, or see, like, you know, I'm talking about just like general stuff or, you know, whatever I focus on or whatever I'm, you know, I'm gonna have to get y'all the, that's in Martin Schulman's, it comes from Karmic Astrology, Martin Schulman. But you have to really have an accurate natal chart to have been done for you to be able to get the correct designations and know what, you know, yours is, because it's not as simple as, oh, Gemini, Libra, blah blah blah. No, no. Like, you got to know what node the moon in your chart is in and all, and some other shit. Like, it's not just a simple blah 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 blah. Like, you gotta know what the fuck what your shit is. All right, 8:41. I ain't got to speak. All right, I'm having milk and cookies. Work for life. Where's your wife? Hey, Ruby. Yeah. Sorry, I get now what you say. What do you think about Trump-Zelensky relationship? Well, from what I've seen recently, he's about to establish, or says that any state that's still like trading oil with Russia, you know, and buying it from them, which in essence kind of supports the bullshit that they're perpetrating against Ukraine. He's going to put tariffs on it. Uh, you know, he seems to really like the use of tariffs, and maybe they work. Tariffs isn't something really much I've looked into or know a whole lot about. I'm not even gonna, pretend. If I don't know about something, I'm not gonna. That's one thing I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna come in here and tell you, oh, well, or be looking it up on Google and feeding you whatever I generally can pull up. You know, I'm not gonna do that. I gotta. Let's see. Here's a fucking call. Hold on a second. Y'all just gonna have to not be mad. You can be mad if you wanna. I really don't. At this point, I'm kind of over it. Let's see. Going back to gym. No, not unless you were to like, you know, she like gets in contact with me and explains something or what have you. Look, and I don't mean this in any way disrespectful at all. What she's going through, I've been through, and I'll just keep that opinion to myself because anything I say will be turned around and used against me. So it's really no need. She got a lot of pressure on her. I'll leave it at that. I don't know what that's like. So I'm not fixing to, falter or anything like that. I ain't mad at it. It's more so a particular specific person that for whatever reason has got the okay to try to get her to talk too much when she shouldn't. Control her chat, get rid of people for personal reasons, whatever he wants to do, and then spread bullshit. On top of telling her, don't be saying the name of them, and all this and that, because you ain't seen shit or no shit like it. Like, you're over exaggerating, number one. These mofos haven't played offline, like, to a serious extent since within 2020, the end of 2022, 2023, a little bit in the beginning. Alright? That's why nothing's happened since you recently when Sandy done his bullshit. You think the same people that done that shit the original first couple times and whatnot are gonna do it again? Shit. Yeah, y'all couldn't hear nothing I said. I don't even know when it cut off. I apologize. My fucking lock got engaged. Cut the stream pause. I was saying I got a call, and I missed it. Got told about it. I made a call back, and I didn't get another call back. So maybe tomorrow probably was the end of the day for the person, but that's just fine. I mean, otherwise, if things were the other way, or what the fucking dumbass said was actually true, which you believe it and you have your head examined, I wouldn't have gotten the call. So, but that's not the point. It's not about just like, oh, they came, causing them to come to my house, where me and my granddad are, neighbors and everything. I mean, I'd be fucking lying if I didn't say that is an aspect, but it's not the reasoning for stating like what I stated and why I think something should be done. You got a habitual pattern, first off. I'm about to say if that had actually ended the live stream altogether, wouldn't reconnect. I was looking at the codes, right? Specifically, I came upon and noticed the codes relating to animals, dogs, dangerous dogs, etc. Now we got a bunch of codes that aren't enforced. Statutes, little ordinances, because they're city technically law. But we got a bunch of shit that don't get enforced. And I say that because, hell, when you walk around and you and your dog come across the damn by count of 4 dogs and a feral damn dog pack, it wasn't aggressive, but they was following and intrigued. And Brownie kept getting a little shy. Finally got his attention kept focused forward, and I looked back at him and kind of just went like, ah, and they stopped coming. You know, they wasn't bothering it or being aggressive. Just anytime you have a bunch of dogs like that and come around a dog, even when they're trained, it's gonna get their attention. I mean, it's instinct. All right, let me look through here. All right, the last thing I answered was the thing about Putin and them. Remember that? Or Trump and Zelensky, I'm sorry. Maybe I didn't. So the Trump and Zelensky relationship, I don't know. I think it's good. Everybody here a while back knows when they had that little live thing, and Vance was like, you know, why aren't you wearing a suit? And you know, they kind of had a little back and forth argument there. It wasn't no big deal, but you could tell, like, I don't know. I don't really know what to make of that, but obviously, dude's gonna stay as, and I'm not, this ain't a criticism, but he's gonna stay as agreeable and be, what's the word, cooperative, and take the advisement of our president, I think, and anyone else in the cabinet that Trump has him listening to or what have you. Mainly because, I mean, he's got a fucking country of people that, you know, piece of land that Putin was trying to get back. I think it used to be Russia's a long time ago. You know, somebody could type in the chat if they happen to know all the details. I don't. But basically, much as I know, used to be part of Russia. Something must obviously happen. Became Ukraine, right? And now, years and years later, Putin wants to, you know. Just the other day, I heard a report that he was flying stuff over Poland. And that's, you know, breaking international law and mandates. Last time somebody flying over and, you know, and did actually invade Poland, World War II started. And that's when my friend and former employer I worked for way back in the day, a couple years back, they're from the free city of, it was known as the Free City of Danzig in Poland. And they got over here just, I think it was like maybe just a couple months or 2 months. I can't remember. I'd have to look at the article when he done that interview. But it wasn't that long. I mean, he just made it right at the nick of time. I love the Anne Frank story. But I mean, I love the film and that experience of learning about it in English class. And it was 8th grade. But I hate, you know, the fact that Otto survived out of everybody, basically. Everybody else gone. I mean, some of them, if they'd just been liberated just 2 weeks sooner, I think one of them was literally days. If it was just a few more days earlier, that person specifically would have lived. I think it was like 2 weeks or maybe 3. Don't quote me. I could be kind of, it might actually have been 4, just 1. I don't know. I can't keep up with that good. But y'all get what I mean. And Schindler's List, you know, I've always heard about it and stuff, but I didn't watch it till this year for the first time. And then when I saw it was Liam Neeson, who played, who was it? Qui-Gon Jinn. I really liked his performance in that. The guy that played, what's his name, Stern, the Jewish accountant, and the guy that helped him was like the main guy he relied on. He played Anne Frank's father in that Anne Frank movie I like. I think his name is Ben or Bill Kingsley or something. He's British. But yeah. I mean, the final scene is what really, like, the Amon Goth scenes was really fucked up. I didn't even know about him. You know, you've heard of, like, I specifically remember hearing of Mengele. Who else? Himmler. Uh, one guy that took suicides, like Herman Goring. I've heard a lot of them, but I didn't know Amengov. And I think it's crazy that right before shit hit the fan where he was at, he somehow managed to get out and get to a sanitarium of all fucking places, which was the old term for mental fucking lockups. He was in there. I don't know if he was faking or. I mean, I imagine you kill a bunch of people like that and it finally realizes, like, oh shit, you know, we aren't gonna win. They're gonna fuck me up. Feeding people to your dogs, shooting rifles from the damn balcony at the people in the camps that he did. They didn't give him a firing squad execution because that would be too honorable for someone like him, they thought. They usually only do that for military people. So what they did, you know, in the movie, if some of y'all have seen it, you remember probably, they put him on a stool and was about to hang him, and he goes, you know, hi, and next thing you know, they kick it one good time, pretty good damn kick. Wouldn't budge. They kicked it again, nope. Again. They had to kick that thing several fucking times. Finally, it broke, and you know he hung. The thing with him trying to fire that at the rabbi who survived, there's no way. You know that was just, you know, fiction, because ain't no way 6 times, 5 times, however many. There's no, it wasn't a revolver. It was one of those German guns. I don't know the name of it. Kind of like little skinny, long. I don't know, fuck it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I think Zelensky doing what he thinks he needs to do best for his country. You know, if you was in, you lose position, responsibility, and guarantee your independence they've had for however long, you know, just like didn't matter. But at the same time, I think he'd be willing to. I really think that Zelensky would stop everything if he stopped. But y'all know, like, it ain't gonna work like that. I mean, I could be wrong. I shouldn't say that because that's what we need to have happen. But I don't have a lot of faith. You know, he has a big image of himself. I mean, even if they had a perfect record, you know, was doing everything that was good for the country, perhaps. Sit. Now that time, y'all, I just muted. But oh Lord, talk about hot. All right, 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes left, y'all. I'll try to See as many as I can get. Just got the fucking text. I gotta get up early too, so I really can't be fucking. I don't need to say all that. This is easy, you know, for some people to do stuff like that. I mean, you can't tell me that that the other person, people, is trying to get me to, you know, that they wanted and was hoping. But that's it. That's what I mean. Nobody gets that. I don't just think everything. They think everything's going to be like a pattern, the same as the or what have you. And that's what they need. They want. They desire. But you know, I was just realizing. You know, you don't realize that you might as well forget about trying to make any friends at all. Just because it's not because it would be impossible, but it's pretty challenging, and you know, people have ulterior motives on here and stuff, and you can't ever tell who does. Not everybody, but a lot. I need to look through my mods list and make sure I don't have anybody that might be doing, because I haven't been looking. All right, back to these comments. So I answered the Zelensky as much as I could. I answered the Dagburn thing. All right. Live. I got ready. Okay, later, whatever. Are you? No, I'm not. Why does God hate me? So God doesn't. I reject that question entirely, because God wouldn't hate anybody. You know, for instance, not even the devil. I mean, despise, disapproves. You know, condemn. Yeah, God does that. Old Testament. You know, God used to have a mood of, you know, like fuck around, find out. Old Testament was you know, let's just put it this way: it wasn't too keen on handing out many second chances. You know, told a person not to look back. They looked back, turned them into a pillar of salt. You know, but so God don't hate you. He just that's kind of a stupid question. Shouldn't even entertain it. But you know, I'll get it right for you, even though you're just fucking around. God don't hate you. Now He might not approve of something you're doing, and in that sense, maybe you feel a disconnection or like He's not with you. I don't know. You know, I'm just talking hypothetical because, yeah. Now, I saw what happened earlier. Her and that Rochelle chick are crazy. Who are you talking about? You talking about Jen or Rochelle? Do not call Jen crazy if you respect my chat or what have you and you want to be in it. Because, look, it doesn't matter what happens in other people's chats with me. If I got no issue with nobody, I should have no issue with Jen. I'm not going to. Regardless of what some people might pressure and she just kind of puts her hands up and lets happen. You know, I'm not about to freaking fire off or criticize or what have you, talk shit because she, you know, didn't do what I would have, you know, and not just me, but plenty of other people would have thought would be the right thing. But, you know, plenty of other people also too would have done the same thing she did and probably even sooner. If they were really aware, because you know you get told and 100 people are about to lay on you as much as they can, and it's not exactly 100, but you know, roughly around there. Hell, they got to be under that number by now with all the people that's been kicked, left, declared locales. I don't even understand how some people that have been declared locales by filthy still hanging around prominent all time, worthy per chat. I don't get it. Don't get it? I don't. Then again, maybe he called certain people that, and it was a test. You know, they say anything at all about it, address it, what have you, emotionally, especially or otherwise. You know, well then they're confirmed, and you know that's the way he sees it. Or maybe if they kept quiet and still kept coming around like, oh, nothing. Who knows? I don't know. I don't go in their Discord. You know, I don't even know if they still have a Discord, but that's what I thought is the case, because how else? Put it this way: you're in a chat, and one person comes in that you know they got a connection to at least one, if not a few of them folks. They put it to them maybe through text, and then that person they just texted is in the damn Discord. And so they put out a mass message to everybody, you know, hey, blah, 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 sighting, he's over here. And then you have the next 5 to 10 minutes, what have you, 12, 15, every couple of minutes, you know, 1, 2, maybe 3 at a time, what have you, come in, back to back to back to back. Dang, wasn't over there initially. Might have they came to a stream or heard before? Probably. I doubt as many or on a regular basis. And I say that because, oh shit, damn, that wasn't good. Good thing I have a damn case for my phone. I just dropped my phone. You know, I was trying to let her know who some of the people are. And look, I'm not gonna go back and forth about whether somebody says it was too sticky, which is, damn, if it's not Moses, it's somebody, you know, one of them in that pile of folks. And whether they see themselves as working birds, or you guys don't realize that some of those videos they made, I don't believe I ever saw a really, really, really insensitive, over the line, very, very real life type crossing the line shit then put out on workies. Have they made little comments like JM panel killer, stuff like that, put him in their little bullcrap? Yeah. But y'all don't think that could just as much be damn misdirection? So you don't think it? Come on, y'all. Use your head. Who do they put the majority of content out on that really is over the line and stuff? Everybody, Jen, George. I gotta say, me. I don't give a shit though. They was trying to claim like I had them blocked in the chat the other day. No, motherfucker, I'm just ignoring you. Like, yeah, it's really hard to get that wrapped around your head, ain't it? I see what the fuck you saying. I don't give a shit. What's it gonna get me if I do? You know, what's gonna be my prize if I do? What's the benefit of me giving a shit or saying anything back? Just taking my focus or attention off of what's being talked about on the stream by the chat and taking me out that conversation and get me on nonsense. What are they talking about? Huh? What are they talking about? And I'll get all the trash together because. All right. Okay, they're back. All right, so I'm about to jump off here. I'll look at and see if there's another. What the fuck happened to my drink? I'll look and see if there's another comment I can answer quick, Brand. I apologize. I'm trying to. There it is. Okay. I misplaced something. Yeah, you know I'm always doing that. North Carolina, what? This full because that's all I'm gonna have to drink for the next hour.
Takes a lot of money to. Biden would have done that for him 2 years ago.
Biden was sleeping and falling off stairs and stuff.
Hell, I'm doing it. They didn't do nothing. But it is too slow, and it can be restructured. It probably.
I saw that they said that assassin had a creepy or very disturbing letter or note, something he wrote. I haven't seen it yet, but it's up there to look at, I think. They revealed it. I haven't looked at it just yet, but I remember seeing the headline. I can't believe he's as young as he is and everything. Some people, yeah, he said that on the internet. Some people claim that, that's a pretty advanced shot when that's not. I mean, that just shows you how misinformation spreads. It's not really that advanced of a shot. He didn't have to have training to do it. Obviously, he didn't have no training. Other than whatever he taught himself or got through fucking video games. But you can't equate that to damn training. I don't even know why I said that. Was kind of stupid. Alright. The last comment. Where's it? Oh, shit. I gotta get my shoes on. Yeah, I made new account. Okay, I already seen all that. You have Mustard Girl still dancing. Dude, y'all look at my community post. Here's a simple thing to tell you. Go look at my community post and channel and go look at his and compare them. And you tell me who the fuck is more obsessed, concerned, focused about with who. They're trying to make a big deal. Oh, he had it in the search box. Oh, a screenshot I made had hit. Okay. You know why his name was typed in? Because motherfucker ain't subscribed. I'm subscribed to fucking people like that. So yeah, when I decide I want to go look around, I'll tell you, like, I haven't been to Fusions, I hadn't been to JMs, and people are saying he sniped the last time I first came back and did my life. So what? I don't give a fuck about his prescription pad forging, stealing ass. Like, oh my God, he's so much better than me. Because he was a little bit in the know more and aware of the fucking YouTube environment he was in. Oh, he didn't have the same path unfolded. I don't give a shit. It is what it is, dude. I had somebody try to tell me, no, he was already doxxed. No, Ghost of Shadows doxxed Fusion. Okay, put it this way. If he was already doxxed somewhere, it was obscure to where I didn't see it. Because that's exactly how old Ghost initially fooled, troll, whatever you want to call it, me. They call it buddy trolling, but basically it's a motherfucker that puts on an act and wears a mask, essentially, pretending to be one way, and they keep it on for a good minute, and then they time and plan out, like, when they should pull the rug out from under your feet, and, the longer they can play it out and stuff, they probably think the better because it'd make more of an impact the longer it goes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you want to call that a really creative or talented troll, people do that in the real world and have been doing that in friend circles and to people in real life for a long time. It's called being a fake motherfucker. Only difference is a lot of the times those people that are fake, they don't intend all the time to be that way, but shit happens and they decide to, do a so-called friend they've been calling a friend that's been a friend to them dirty. It happens. The difference is this is somebody that's intently deciding, fuck this motherfucker. I don't want to be his friend, but I'm going to play nice and play the act and drag it out. And then when I post either a video conversation I recorded with him and let it get out through the grapevine to him slowly, and then kick back and wait to see what happens with him or what he does. I mean, if I went out here, somebody that I've been cool with for almost a damn decade, like that I'm about to go see, and I decided to all of a sudden, what if I went over there one day and I gave him my word, that I'm going to do this and this and blah, 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 as a favor, whatever. Maybe he was needing somebody to help with a ride. Like he was depending on me, right? Just for, not huge shit, but, enough that. And I just go over there and I just say, hey, man, today's the day. Today's the day I tell you I never fucking liked you and fuck you, motherfuckers, blah, 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 blah. Oh, by the way, here's a couple conversations I report and all this other stuff. I put it out. Got you, motherfuckers. You've been buddy trolled. Do you think if, let's say I went and found 10 random people and did that too, maybe one, very, very slim odds, but the most, maybe two, would be like, whatever. I don't even think it'd ever be two. One, sure, I'll go with maybe two. But the other 8 would fucking all be angry, upset. I mean, come on. Are you gonna disagree with that? Do I sound like I'm full of shit when I'm coming to that conclusion? No, I mean, you gotta take out the part though, with the example, like with the example of mine and person 10 years. It could just be a couple years, whatever. 6, 8 months. I mean, who fucking does that? I mean, you're committing fraud as a person or as a personality that you're wearing until you decide to finally reveal your full self. That's all you're doing. I mean, is that fucking creative? Or is that just scumbag fucking easy shit? I mean, I don't think it would be that hard to pretend to be somebody I'm not if I really like an actor, wrote out how I want to pretend to be and studied it, read it, knew it backwards and front, and then went out to be that way. I mean, in front of people. I mean, I don't think it would take a whole lot of fucking skill. Maybe some memorization, some poise. Do you know Mike Hawk? I don't know who the fuck that is. No. You are learning their game score. Dude, it's not that I haven't learned or known a lot of things. I mean, people have always, we told him. Yeah, and the same people saying that, 9 out of 10 of them, was fucking the ones actively telling me stuff while also working behind me, pretending to be cool and doing the same thing I just described the ghost did. Pulling the rug out. I mean, that's the most used tactic that's been done on me. Because it's basically the only one left. After a certain point, that got to be the only one left that they could do that would make a fucking impact. Sending him something? No, that don't work no more. Calling the police? No. Aggravating, other people, or he cares about stuff? I mean, I ain't gonna lie and say I don't give a shit at all, but I don't give a shit to the point that I'm gonna give you entertainment or fucking, go on live for you and shit and bitch. I mean, but there are other people be like, oh no, it don't bother me. Bambi, baby, like, oh, Bambi be like, oh, it don't bother me. I don't want to talk about them in a year. Meanwhile, boom, there's a screenshot of her fucking talking about him in private just, what do you know, 2, 3 days ago. That's somebody that on the spot, on the fly, can just lie. I mean, can just come up with fucking anything they want to. And sometimes, I mean, I'll admit she's convincing enough in some things that I fell for it. Now, other things like that fucking production bullshit, I didn't from the moment thought about it. I was just like, God damn, like, I got to go along with it, And that was the wrong type of attitude and thinking I had. See, I've had to go and reflect on that because fuck that. You don't compromise yourself like that. I just had some old ideas and things in my head I thought that I needed to maintain or have while on YouTube, and that part of it that's gone now. You know, people was thinking and saying, for instance, I'm not bringing this up here. I'm bringing it up as an example for you. All right. Oh, he just wants Ben to fight about just about everybody I've ever tried to interact and hang out with. Uh, by the way, don't some of them didn't even bring up the trolls until they popped in the fucking chat. And they're like, oh, now I gotta fucking let them know. But what? It boggles the mind. I mean, how do you get that in y'all's head? I don't get. Oh, Jen has got a lot of shit going on as is on her own. I just wanted to be over there, be part of the conversation, give my opinion, give my thoughts, give my statements on tactics and different things I've observed and come to know, share them. People may have heard of it or, already been over that or figured it out. Some, sure, that's not the point. I'm putting it out there for the ones that haven't maybe thought about it, don't realize it's a common tactic. That's the only reason for, sometimes when it seems like I'm spamming the chat, I get a little, how do you say it, anxious. Fuck, I don't know. I want to make sure that if I say anything at all and I start talking about it, I don't cut it off too soon to where some people aren't going to fucking, I ain't giving enough whole information so they can get the complete picture. Maybe that's an OCD thing. Like maybe it's a tick of mine or something. Maybe it's unnecessary a lot of times. Regardless, what am I supposed to do? Slap myself every time I start like, oh, I'm over explaining again right now. Fuck, I mean, big deal. So you can point that out. I can own it and accept it. I mean, if y'all think that, and these people that's always first ones to say the paragraph. What the fuck is wrong with paragraphs? Do you not like reading? Do you got trouble, maintaining focus on something long enough? Like a paragraph length. So then at the end, you might actually have the fucking full picture in your head. Sometimes I thought, oh yeah, I know what that means. Oh well, just check this out. Check it out anyways and read it. Oh shit. Well, I was on sort of the right track, but I actually didn't have all that down. It fucking happens, dude. It's all right though. I mean, hey, if y'all don't want to read, don't want to read. I mean, but to come around all the time and put paragraph, I mean, you look stupid, and you don't get a response from me. The last person that said something like that I responded to, I was like, I'm sorry, I didn't know that you didn't have above a 12th grade reading level. But I'm sure someone out there is going to say that's dancing, right? That's a fucking comeback. But it's dancing. Now, maybe if I said it vocally and you heard me say, what's the problem? You have a problem. And have all this emotion and shit and anger that you could very easily feel and see is coming off. Yeah, that's probably that's triggered, But that's not the case. So here again, I pose to you You know what the answer is? Well, it can be dancing in some cases. It can be also not that. Could be a comeback. Could come from somebody level-headed. Try to put out there and show people, all right, a reaction, which is what we've heard forever and ever. One of the signature top locale check marks that indicates someone's a locale is they react. Now, a lot of y'all probably be like, I know what react means. Go look up the definition of it, actually, and put something in a search like reaction versus response, like I did. See what the fuck it tells you. One is impulsive, quick, you know, more emotional than logical. The other is methodical, not, not immediate or as quickly as a reaction is. Uh, it's thought out, comes from more of a place of logical, rational, creative thought, what have you, versus emotional impulsiveness and stuff like that. I mean, but it's the same thing, y'all. That's what we had somebody fucking, going around basically saying. You got people that call thinking if they can achieve causing distress, that somehow equals power. And forever, humanity has this saying. I'm sure all of us have heard it once or more than once throughout our lives. Knowledge is power. Another one of the most inaccurate fucking ideas or statements ever uttered in the English language. Knowledge is not automatically a power. Because you could have, for instance, the greatest engine ever designed laid out in your living room or on blueprint, what have you, but not put together fully and where it's able to be used and and as a tool that you can utilize to get So if it's not, then is that fucking knowledge a power? Is that helping you? Is that giving you power in your life? It can if you get it put fucking together and you get it to work. Knowledge is a tool of power. Knowledge only becomes part of power when it's systematized and utilized. Period. Point fucking blank, y'all. Alright, yeah. Alright, y'all. I appreciate spending a little time with you, but I gotta go. Did any other question come through? Because I was waiting for a question. I never did see one in the chat. I can't seem to catch you live much anymore. Have you seen Supreme lately? I was at one of his things the other day, but no, I haven't. I didn't even see Rochelle earlier at any place, so I don't know what you're talking about with her. Like I said, just don't refer to Jen or Rochelle. I don't have nothing against Rochelle. I've seen little things that she's been with Lauren and shit in the past, and they, like they had a fake square. And if you see on those clip channels, them showing something like me at a place that you never see me at, anybody, then, what's the odds that that's a fake square? Like, do I look like the type of person who has never had Rochelle or what's her name do something that's affected me to that degree to make me mad enough, to be stupid enough to throw out my common sense and my self-care, my care for my own self and safety and well-being, and just to go in a chat and threaten uh, outrageous shit. I don't even want to say it. Basically kind of threatened what I had threatened on me one time by some deviant going yeah, great. From some deviant with a fucking DVs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Great, great, good boy. Anything else, y'all? Get it out. I'm about to hit in right now. Just Just making sure I've got everything. I'd rather be a high cow. I'm going through to make sure I didn't miss nothing. Be a good lad and go after controller for me. Don't know who the fuck that is. Don't care. Penis hurts when I poop. Well, I'm sorry about that. Sorry, I get now what you say. I have milk and... Okay, great. What is your opinion about that? Yeah, I already done that. I guess we... Alright, doesn't look like there's any other questions. Wait, do I have all messages being shown? Let me see. No, it's top messages. Remember they tried to say you porn bombed me? Yeah, that bullshit. Now look, number one, they would never let me up on the path. Like, I got blocked and everything up because she thought she was buddies with two sickies. That Lauren chick did. I see why they do it, because some people, just like I was early on, are fucking very easy to do what they call buddy troll, which I'd rather call being a fucking two-faced, intentional, pre-planned, premeditated two-faced scumbag. You know, that's all that is. You are well, can't seem to get... Yep. Bag, what the fuck is that supposed to say? Big Black Berlinetta. Yeah, I'm not cool with that channel in here. Goodbye. No racial insinuating names are going to be allowed in here. Sorry I didn't get that out of here sooner. Oh, badge money. Okay, I see. It was a person's account. Are you going back? Oh, yeah. That's from that one. I'll tell you, not much. The Dagburn, if you for real are... fuck, he probably ain't gonna watch it. Doesn't even watch my shit, but if you are, like, if you said and everything what they said is, even if it's not 100% true, because I get it, trolls, you know, there's so much shit that's said about me, and a part or here, like, actually might be factual, and the only reason why that is so if anybody were to look, like, if they just look a little bit, and they come across that, they're like, oh, well, see, yeah, they must be telling the truth. Or, you know, you gotta love this one. How could all these people be saying the same thing? You know, there's obviously got to be something about this person. Yeah. They're actively organized to fuck with them. That's what it is about. But, I mean, yeah. You know, it's just like Jen said today. It's the last little bit I'm going to touch on. Jen said today that I've never been in their docs. She's never seen me docs there, or even when she's been at my lives. She hadn't seen anything. Just like, you know, red alert. Nothing. And just like I said, what have I ever done to you, George, or you, Jen, or y'all done to me? Nothing. So, like, I mean, now, I really mean it. Like, if people would just be straight, I don't have to do it publicly, but if you want to come to me and be like straight up, hey man, I understand you're trying to come by and hang out and all that, but I don't want the trolls and the crap that will come along with it. You know, on one point, I can have sympathy and understand, but when it's somebody that's already being fucked with by those people, they just don't realize that those alts and stuff that's in their channel are tied to the same people that's fucking with them, and hell, they didn't even have any awareness of it. Just like I didn't have any awareness of who the fuck Bambi was, or that she had all the stuff on me until Jules came over and told me. But you had somebody try to say today to Jen, like, you know, I went to Jules first, and then Bambi. I'm looking for a mom with somebody to fight my battles, they said. That's what they said, you know, and I didn't react to it at the time. And the response now here is, that's not factually correct. What the little bit that is kind of true is that, yeah, I interacted with Jules, and yeah, I interacted with Bambi. But why don't you go into how it happened? Jules came over. For what purpose? To get me to be aware of Bambi and to attack her. Get mad that she's using my image and stuff or what have you. Even though I don't know her at all, and she didn't ever come to my channel, go out of her way. You know, it's one thing to talk about somebody or give your opinion, even if it's a negative, you know, pretty low, not positive or beneficial fucking contribution of whatever you say about the person. And then doing that while also actively fucking sending people over there, or yourself coming over there in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 alt accounts. Another one every time you get blocked. Like, how is that not one of the locale check? Oh, that's right, because that's something that trolls do, and whatever the trolls do, I mean, it's automatically protected because nana boo boo. I mean, that's basically what the fuck that is, man. It's not, there's no logic to this shit when you break it down, but they don't want you to read, to be able to have the patience to read long, you know, things and stuff, because then you might actually start thinking and putting shit together like I'm fucking telling you and explaining and get it. And we can't have fucking that. You know, we need people to have short attention spans. I'll tell you, Jen, actively, you did, like, when you didn't straight up say it, but you could tell from things that you were saying and like the what is that? The actions, like the and changing the subject all of a sudden, right after somebody is telling them, you know, you gonna get fucked with, you better, you know, not say their name and stuff. You're giving them that win right then, because you're broadcasting, even if it's not directly you saying it verbatim, like, hey, I don't want no more fucking people coming at me, blah blah blah. And look, I mean, I'm not trying to say like, oh, I've always not cared. Yeah, send them on. No, like, I get it, I understand how you feel, but don't fucking don't make it fucking obvious. All that does from them is go, all right, we got this one. We don't have to. The carrot worked this time, people. We don't need to fucking get the old stick out. We ain't gonna have to, you know, hit them with the stick and get aggressive. That's been something I've put out before. A carrot and stick, and you start with a carrot and try to be nice and you know, be agreeable and come with the sugar. And if that doesn't work, if they're not, you know, doing what you want them to do, then, well, now you got to break out the stick. Now you got to become a dickhead. I mean, get mean and shit. I mean, that's essentially the modus operandi when it comes to dealing with other people, trying to get them to be like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, to the point that they've got the audacity to come in someone else's chat and be like, that, you know, that's our property. 2020 fucking 5. Y'all say that about books too? I like to see y'all going around and saying that. And I don't mean like I'd like, you know, I would approve of it. No, I'd like to see that, because that would just, I mean, that would blow me away. But I don't know why. I mean, we're talking about people that on their channel, they got terms like no good N-word. And, you know, I seen some stuff people was posting the other day as prejudice and racist, pretty much without just being direct. But like statement, oh, this, what do you call that, a culvert pig or something? Oh, and that's another thing. I'm trying to say, no, he was court ordered to not speak that name. No, the fuck I wasn't. The person asked because that person decided to drop what they were pursuing because they were trying to pursue a fucking false goddamn the whole damn thing was false. And they were trying to pursue against a person with a lawyer and they're by themselves with no legal training or fucking experience. Yeah, I, I, I'm sure that was a no-brainer, you know. I mean, if that wasn't the instant, like, oh man, I gotta pull the plug on this. I mean, if that's not your instant thought when you're literally about to go through with something like that, you know, it would have been funny to see if the person like was dumb enough to have the fucking conscience to like, no, I want to go forward. All right, yeah, about to see this smoking. You know, I mean, you don't do that. I mean, you don't perjure yourself and put down on someone like, oh yeah, we dated. What one piece that you can't fabricate of evidence would show that we dated? What are you gonna do? Have somebody spoof the number and send you a bunch of text messages, pretend that they're from me? Like, how are you gonna get them dated to be over a period of time to match up with like somebody dating from this start period to whatever end period? How are you gonna do all that? Do you think you could really craft that up and it be believable on a courtroom level? You know, people might think, well, lawyers aren't fucking forensic experts. No, no, no. But any evidence or stuff, if a client thinks it's faked or says, you know, that is fake because that didn't happen, I didn't do that. Well, no, they're not experts, but attorneys are really good at getting people who are to examine things, and the courtroom has experts it can call on to look at stuff. You're not going to get by with AI audio or this or that or what have you. I mean, you can try thinking that, oh, well, it's such a new thing. They won't, you know, I'll be able to be the one that gets it slipped through and no expert will be able to catch it on. They won't even know what expert to call. Yeah. I pity the fool who fucking thinks and tries to do some shit like that. I know it. Yeah, that now you got me on that one. You got me on that one. Oh, why ain't no one over there yet? I'm just fucking just talking about this. It's crazy. Is that really Ruski? Is that you? Like, you know, don't be a pussy or whatever. Are you Ruski or not? For real? Where did that picture that was supposedly supposed to be Bambi on the fucking leopard print bed cover and shit, naked, like they had covered up? Somebody posted on their community wall. That's when I first saw it. And David and Bambi's like, "Oh, trust me, dude, it's not Bambi." And I'm like, "Man, I'm not saying it is for sure. Hell, I don't know, but if it is, you know, you need to be aware and definitely do something about that. Fucking, if Ruski were to do that." I think they really kind of took offense to the fact that I didn't say that once, but said it another time. I'm looking out for you. Or, I mean, that's my intent, but, you know, fuck you then. I mean, this message held for review. Drop the link and find the fuck out. Oh, well, you know, there's not really a fucking link here, but here, hold on a second. Let me see if we can. Let me check. I was just going over to hang out and fucking chill, but it's not a fucking mandatory thing. But I mean, if you're not and you're somebody else, I don't have it. Like I would talk to Risky at the time. I got no issues with it. If you're somebody else, though, I don't want to talk to you. You can call me pussy, whatever you want to. I just don't have any. I just don't want to talk to anyone other than if it's Risky. Reason being, I got some specific questions I'd like to, you know. That's all. You know, and I'm putting that forward because if I do this and make another stream and drop a link and person comes up and they're not that person, well, you know, don't be surprised when I throw the switch and you're like, well, what the fuck did you do that for? Lame pussy. Like, okay. cool story. I've already told you in advance. Drop the link. Find the wolf out. Oh. You real big, man, ain't you? You a real big, couraged. I mean, got a lot of courage. I mean, just confident person, ain't you? Everybody's gotta have some confidence, you know. But confidence is good for you. But just a little too much on the excessive side, and you know what you get? Out of control. What's the word? Oh, yeah. Now I got it. Out of control and arrogant fucking ego. You know, might be a little bit of an issue. Hold on a second. And I got it beat up, babe. And I got it beat up, babe. Huh? Don't you know that I'm loving you? Y'all ever heard that? Oh, who sings that? Yeah, man's a bitch whenever you gotta fucking do all these damn two-factor. Man's a bitch whenever you gotta fucking do all these damn two-factor thingamajigs, but I've never had like accounts fucked with or to the point like hacked. A lot of people will say they've been hacked. Well, I'm not doubting it because there's one time I got a login alert, and I'm not gonna put the location stuff out there because maybe inadvertently doxing whoever the fuck. They might even be in here right now that was trying to do it, but two-factor wasn't turned on that account, you know. And when I saw that, I was like, whoa, yeah, why don't we just add another little layer of security to all these accounts just to be fucking on the safe side? And now I'm kind of like, fuck, I hated doing it. I wish I hadn't done this shit because you gotta enter in a password and then you gotta turn around and go get a temporary code that fucking changes every so often. Alright, I'm setting this up now. So, head on over there if you want.